Coach, it's been a year to the day since you became the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, and we thought what better time to reflect on the year, because what a year it has been. I want to go back to January 7th of last year. What a whirlwind I imagine that must have been. The announcement, you had a Panthers camera crew at your house in Waco as you made the trip to Charlotte. When did you know that you and the Panthers were the right fit?
That night when Mr. Tepper and Marty and Steven came to the house, I think my wife felt it, my son felt it, and it just seemed like it was going to be the right thing.
And what was that day like, January 7th a year ago?
It's mind-boggling when you think about it. I mean, not many times do you have an opportunity like this, but also a decision like this that's going to uproot your entire family, and you have to make it in 15 minutes. We had other opportunities. We had a plane waiting. We had all kinds of things. But it just felt like it was right. We knew that it was right, and did that. And then took to the process of calling the people that were instrumental, thanking people at Baylor, saying goodbye to players, just packing up all those different things that you have to do.
So you get here, you put a staff together, you have some time in the building with the staff, a couple of months. Then in March, find out everyone has to start working from home. You eventually do an entire 2020 draft from your house. I remember talking to you on that day, and I said, are you nervous about the technology? I mean, everything went so well for everyone, but I remember going, how is this all going to work? And you said, what a great opportunity it is for my son to get to be here and see how this goes, my family. You really had such a positive outlook on it. What will you take away from the 2020 draft experience as a whole?
Well, I think it was a great draft for us just in terms of the players. You look at the guys out there playing this year, I thought we did a great job. And it just goes to show that at the end of the day, keep the main thing the main thing. And in that case, it's selecting the right players. So maybe you didn't get to go see everything you wanted to see. Maybe you couldn't meet with guys face to face. Maybe we couldn't sit in a draft room. But we found a way to go find the right players. And that's what this game's about. This game's about, the right roster, great players playing great. And I think that draft, will look back on it in a few years and say, what a key cornerstone of this franchise.
So then, virtual offseason. Let's talk about that. You're implementing your scheme, your culture. Everyone's meeting each other through computer screens for the first time. We were talking to Phil Snow, and he said, I've been coaching for a long time, for decades. Never in my life did I think I would be explaining my defense in my garage in front of a little computer screen. How challenging was that?
It was really challenging, and I don't think I realized how challenging it was until we were done with it. We got face to face. There's so many details that you miss. There's so many conversations that you miss, even the banter as you get to know each other. But I think we made the most of it. If we wouldn't have done a great job in the offseason, the rookies wouldn't have played as much as they did this year. So I hope we never have to do it again. But I think we learned, hey, here's how we can do it. And I thought we made the most of a tough situation.
Mm-hmm. And then training camp. Do you remember the moment that you met the players in person?
Yeah. I just a little bit at a time. Guys kind of trickling in and really just kind of shaking their hands and introducing myself.
So you did the introduction again, even though you've been talking to each other.
Yeah, but you know what? They're walking into a new building. They're up on the third floor for the first time. Everyone has a mask on. I can't imagine the whirlwind it was for them. So it was really unique. And now, I look forward to next year when guys come in and I can, dap them up or give them a hug and ask how the kids are instead of saying, hey, my name is Matt Rhule. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, you're like, hey, we wish, I don't know what we're going to do when we can actually have those interactions again. So game 1 against the Raiders, no OTAs, no preseason, no fans at Bank of America Stadium for the first time ever. Did you have a moment now that the season is behind us where you just went, this is weird, this is strange? Or were you so in the process of getting everyone ready for game 1 that it didn't hit you at the time?
No, it absolutely hit me early in the game. I think pregame, I remember saying boy, this is really weird. This is really different, because it felt like a scrimmage.
Yeah.
It felt like a scrimmage. And I remember, we lost that game. It was 4th and inches. We didn't get the first down. But I do remember walking off the field and saying, okay, if this is the NFL, we're going to be okay. We just went through a training camp. We just went through a virtual offseason. It's my first time around these guys, and we just took these guys to the wire. It's not the result we want, but we're going to be okay in time.
As you look at this season, a lot of challenges for every NFL team, COVID related, and a lot of regular football challenges for the Panthers this year. How do you describe this season?
I would just say just taking things as they come. I'm someone that believes there's a certain way to do everything, and you should do it. You should say, hey, here's how we're going to do it, and then you should hold yourself accountable to doing things the right way. And this year I couldn't get too caught up in all those things, because you might get an email at 11 o'clock at night that says, hey, we're changing this, or hey, we're doing this differently, and you had to kind of take things and run with them. And it's not the record we want, but I do think it expanded me as a coach. I think it expanded our staff. We had to adjust to things that I don't think I ever have before, and I know I'm a better coach as a result of it. I know our team, our mindset is way stronger than it was before. So you have to take the good with the bad, and the bad with the good. And there were some good things that came out of all of the challenges of this year.
We're sitting here a year to the day. It's been one of the most unique, challenging, wacky years in terms of the NFL. What are you most excited for about the next year?
Just getting back to the process and getting started. I mean, I look forward to just doing player evaluations and doing free agency and doing the draft. I see all the progress we made last year. I think about that draft and I say, just do the same thing. Put together another draft this year like last year. Hit the offseason this year. Really have a chance to work with the players and explain why, and head into training camp and enjoy every second of having a traditional training camp, and then get to the season and go compete again. I enjoyed a lot of things about this year. I don't like losing, but I enjoyed this team. I enjoyed the way they worked, and so if we can just build off that next year, I'm really excited.
Coach, it's been quite the year. Appreciate you summing it up with me, taking the time to sit down and chat.
Thank you.